The last few games, we've seen Josh Okogie operating in the manner in which this team is going to certainly need him to in this new rendition, without the twins in the mix, but also with Kevin Durant in the mix, in terms of being able to stay on the floor and be able to play in an impactful manner in high leverage moments and in meaningful games down this home stretch of the season. So I just wanted to kind of zoom in on some of the things that's been going on with him and look specifically at Friday night's win over the Indiana Pacers. All right, this first play here, we're going to see him spotted up on the second side here. We're going to see a good 45 cut, good burn cut here from Torrey Craig, as you see Tyrese Halliburton's back completely turned to him. So he splits between him and Miles Turner, gets the pass. But we want to look at Josh Okogie here on the second side, because this is going to be a situation that forces the defense's hand because of the cut and the paint touch and the proximity to the rim of this cut where he catches it at. Nonetheless, seeing him be helped off of to the manner in which we're going to see here as Buddy Hield sinks into DeAndre Ayton, and seeing Okogie kind of relocate here and respace on the second side for this three-point look that he's gonna knock down. This is going to be a point of emphasis for him, being able to not just play off of the type of coverages he's going to see, because teams are certainly going to help point off of him to aid any strong side actions or isolations that might be coming from Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, or Chris Paul. So seeing him be able to not just knock it down, but had a wherewithal to put himself in the position to make an easy pass for whoever it is that has the ball, and then get into his catch and shoot with the quickness and be able to knock it down with this sustainability is exactly what they're going to need to see from him on a consistent basis. And like I said in the opening, he's been in that bag over the last few games, especially coming off of a stretch where he wasn't playing much or got a few DNPs and things of that nature. So this is exactly what they need to see from him, and he might be best suited for that starting lineup, that fifth starting spot, should he continue to operate in this manner. All right, and next is going to see a combination of the things that make Damian Lee invaluable to the offense, like I mentioned a few weeks back in my film session with him, and his off-ball movement and being able to just move off script. So he's able to get Tyrese Halliburton off of him, get some separation on the misdirection, faking the handoff, and then he's able to put pressure on the rim. And accompanied by his baseline drive is going to be a nice curl cut to beat the rotations of the Indiana Pacers from Okogie, who's the middle guy here on the opposite side of the floor. So he's going to get a little curl cut here to split the defenders, a little gap cut, put himself in position, and get some wide open dunk. Again, especially playing off of players like Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Chris Paul, the attention they're going to get in varying situations is going to present him with opportunities to make and exploit the type of defenses as they zone up on the second side. And he's just really on time and on schedule with this cut. All right, and then next we're going to see a little bit of what we talked about in the opening, just in a different context. So the Suns are going to go with their 21 Nash. So we got the pistol action here. Turns into a double screen for Devin Booker. As he comes off, we see Josh Okogie spotted up on the second side above the break. Buddy Hield jabbing at Devin Booker at the nail, providing that nail support. But look at where Okogie, first of all, before he even catches, speaking to his confidence, look at where he spotted up at. That's the proverbial 4-point line. He's not just right at the 3-point line. His confidence has him feeling more than comfortable either stampeding on the catcher, which he definitely could have if he wanted to. As you can see the gap here, he could have definitely stampeded this if he wanted to. But he's so comfortable and so confident with his 3-point shot right now. He's just able to step in with rhythm off a great pass from Devin Booker and doesn't even touch the rim on that shot. That's the type of activity and that's the type of play that they need from Okogie in this new rendition. And then speaking of his play in his new rendition, he does a great job understanding the situation here, as this play is kind of out of control from the Pacers. Gets a hand on there and allows for the Suns to regain possession, but the job's not done. He does a lot of little things, and in transition is where he's some of his best. And he's going to sprint the floor here. It's not going to be the same as a rim run, but look at the pressure that it puts on the defense as the Suns are in a 5-on-4 advantage. It puts them in position to where now they have to figure out who's going to go where, and now Mathurin has to play 2 on the second side because of where Okogie sprints, beating this guy to the corner. So we got Ish, and then we got Okogie on the second side. Damian Lee's trying to figure out who he should go to first as he sees Okogie respace to the corner, deep into the corner. So he's going to go ahead and hit Wainwright and let Wainwright connect. And again, the space that Okogie's in with his catch and shoots, he's so comfortable and so confident now He probably doesn't even see Tice as he tries to make this long distance closeout running the baseline here. And Okogie's able to knock this thing down. All right, and on the next one here, we're going to see a little bit of defense from Okogie. So this is not going to be textbook fundamentals in terms of getting into your rotations and getting into closeouts. Nonetheless, he's such a good athlete. He's able to initiate backpedaling into the closeout. Then he's able to get there on the flight of the pass, and Mathurin can't even attempt to pump fake or get this shot off because not only does he run him off the three-point line, he also closes the airspace and does so with physicality. Look at him all up in his grill, forces him to kind of turn his shoulder to shield the ball away. This is the little thing, some of the little things that Okogie does on defense that just continuously helps for him to be a pest. And then now he's able to play in isolation, contain. He's going to get some good help on this flat hedge and jab at and stab from DeAndre Ayton on the empty side to allow for him to navigate back over. Now he's back in position. Very good job from DeAndre Ayton. And now Okogie, he's passed the baton back over to him to take over. And he's going to do what he does best. He's kind of playing on roller skates here, containing the ball, just kind of sliding his hips, holding his angle, keeping his chest in front of Mathurin, and then kind of fading away a little bit as Mathurin anticipates the contact. But because Okogie stays on balance and he's so good with his defensive movement patterns, he's able to discard a Mathurin just because of the contact that he was searching for. And that allows for the Suns to get a turnover, and they're able to finish this off a Chris Paul offensive rebound. All right, and on this last play here, we're going to see just again some more of what we've grown to know that he's more than capable of doing on the offensive side, which is attacking the closeout and getting to the cup. This is going to be something, again, especially if he's continuing to knock down his threes. Defenders are not going to necessarily not help off of him, but they're going to close out with a little bit more urgency, which is exactly what you want because that's going to then allow for them to keep an advantage. So the Suns are going with their Spain pick and roll here. You see the Spain dynamic play out. Chris Paul is able to get a paint touch and then split two. He sees the low man, Mathurin again, tagging on DeAndre Ayton. So he's going to go ahead and kick it over to Okogie. That's creating the long-distance closeout. The advantage was set by Chris Paul's paint touch. And now Okogie's playing within it, and he's going to maintain. He gets a good pump fake. He gets the flyby and then puts the ball on the deck. And his drives have had some good juice over the last handful of games that he's played in. And he's able to get to the cup and finish this one. And then again, with his event-causing activity, he's never not doing something conducive to winning on the floor. So he falls down off of this layup, right? He's able to have the wherewithal to get back up with the swiftness and then steal this inbound pass. And it's going to end up leading to 2 more points. Ended up being a 4-point swing for the Phoenix Suns. This is just the activity that he's going to continue to bring. And this is why I feel like, especially with his three-pointer falling in the flow that he's operating in with his cuts and his drives and playing off of closeouts and playing off of unbalanced defenses, all of this in an encompassing manner is why I feel like he might be the best suited wing to be that 5th starter for the Suns in this new rendition at this moment.